The 49ers just signed veteran wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling to a one-year deal following his release by the Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers just cut Robbie Chosen and Russell Gage just a few days ago. They also cut Isaiah Hodgins as well. So, look, this move is not surprising. There was mutual interest with the 49ers and Marquez Valdes-Scantling immediately following his release by the Seahawks. He was actually choosing between the 49ers and Steelers as his next team going into 2025. Obviously, ultimately chooses the 49ers. And now Brock Purdy has a deep threat target on this team. He didn't have that before. Obviously, Jennings is banged up. Ayuk is still banged up. Jordan Watkins has a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. Jacob Cowing's banged up. This leaves the 49ers healthy wide receivers now. Sky Moore, Ricky Pearsall, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Kendrick Bourne, veteran wide receiver who started his career with the 49ers, left the 49ers back in 2020, maybe a little bit before that, to join the New England Patriots, was just released by the Patriots. I would expect the 49ers to likely sign Kendrick Bourne back, which would probably give our week one starting wide receiver room at Kendrick Bourne, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and Ricky Pearsall. Given how banged up. I don't know if Juwan Jennings is going to be ready to go week one. I mean, we're really getting close to week one. I'm hoping that he's out there week one. But calf strains are tricky. And then you also got to think he's dealing with the contract dispute. So who knows if that will be resolved. But yeah, I think, look, with the MVS signing, it gives the 49ers a veteran X wide receiver. I seen John Chapman post on Twitter that Shanahan's going to have MVS running 20-plus out routes week one in Seattle. That could very well be likely. Another reason why I like this signing is because he's coming from Seattle, who the 49ers play week one. And maybe the 49ers can get a little bit of insight on Seattle going into week one. That's going to be a tough game. They're going to need all the help they can get. I think MVS may know a thing or two. And it could be insightful for this team going into week one. So here's what I will say. Like I said, they did cut Robbie Chosen and Russell Gage just yesterday. I think Robbie Chosen had a pretty good camp overall. But I do like Marquez Valdes-Scantling better than both of those guys, and even Isaiah Hodgins as well. I think Marquez Valdes-Scantling is probably more of a safer route to go for a depth piece at wide receiver while we have guys, trying to get back from injury. Scantling has played more than both of those two guys over the past 2 years, so he's seen more in-game action. I think that's huge. I think that's almost everything. So I do like this signing. Obviously, I'm not going to say MVS is going to come in and, have phenomenal games off rip. It's just going to give the 49ers a good, veteran, serviceable, deep threat wide receiver that Brock Purdy needs to have going into week one. Pearsall is not a deep threat, vertical threat wide receiver. He's just not. Ricky Pearsall's a phenomenal route runner, and he's good outside the numbers. He's not a deep threat for Brock Purdy. Now, could that change going into this year? Absolutely. But I've never thought that Pearsall was a deep threat type of wide receiver. Sky Moore definitely isn't. Sky Moore is more of a, get the ball and run type of guy. He's got speed. Sky Moore's not a deep threat either. MVS is, and this is where MVS is going to kind of separate himself from the current 49ers wide receiver room. Obviously, Jordan Watkins more of a deep threat too, but I'm just talking about guys that are currently healthy. So I like the signing. It's a 1-year deal, like I said. I'll be interested to see if he starts week 1. I wouldn't be shocked. If Juwan Jennings is not healthy by week 1 and he doesn't play, I think MVS would likely start. So I think this is a good serviceable depth piece while we have guys out with injuries. Again, Kendrick Bourne, watch him to be the next wide receiver that the 49ers sign, given his familiarity. The 49ers last year, during the midst of potentially trading Brandon Ayuk to the Pittsburgh Steelers or to the New England Patriots, actually, I think that was this year. Either way, they talked with New England when they were talking trade with Brandon Ayuk being involved. 49ers wanted Kendrick Bourne in return in a potential trade with the New England Patriots. So knowing that he's a free agent now, and given how decimated the wide receiver room is with injuries on the 49ers, would not be shocked if Kendrick Bourne gets signed by the Niners and is on this roster and potentially gets a decent amount of playing time week 1 in Seattle. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you guys updated. Like I said, be on the watch out or be on the lookout for a 53-man roster reaction video as I kind of break down the final 53-man roster for the 49ers. But yeah, just wanted to come on here and give you guys my thoughts on the MVS signing. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. As always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.